I'm Jeff. I'm here at Walden Glove. I'm here with Matt.
How you doing?
And I bought, I think, this glove at a used sporting goods store for about 50 bucks. And I got this one online for 25 bucks. And I'm super underwhelmed with these gloves. And I'm looking to buy a nicer glove. And Matt's gonna teach me how much I should spend, why I'm spending it, what I should look for, and why I probably shouldn't have bought these. These gloves both, their pockets just aren't great. If it doesn't hit me in the right spot, it stings my hand like no other. So what's wrong with these gloves, do you think?
So you spent 50 bucks?
50 bucks on this thing.
Wow. And 25.
25.
So it's $75.
For these two gloves.
Alright, so first thing, top grade leather.
Yeah.
Stay away from top grade leather or genuine leather. If it says that, it's just a, almost synthetic leather. It came from real leather at one point, but it's like the bottom of the barrel.
This one's game ready.
That's game ready and soft fit and doesn't even say leather, which leads me to believe it's probably pigskin based on the way it feels.
So this is like a football.
It's like a football. The thing with these gloves is they're not the right type of material really for a baseball glove. They don't keep their shape.
Yeah.
And they hurt your hand because they don't have the right type of bounce and right type of tension to catch a baseball.
Sure. It's like catching barehanded, it feels like.
It's similar, yeah. So might as well have plastic on your hand, to be honest.
Yeah.
So let's get rid of these.
Alright, so if I'm not getting top grade leather,
Sure.
what should I look for? Like what leather is the best? And
So starting at like $200,
sure.
you're gonna get into steer hide gloves. So US steer hide, that's tanned in Japan. If
Okay.
the brand markets US steer hide, tanned in Japan, that's a really good grade of leather.
Okay.
Just starter.
Yeah.
And then you have kip hide or kip skin, which is a price point is a level above that.
Got it.
That's usually also from US or Europe, and then sent to Japan, they tan it, and then it goes out to the factories to stitch up into gloves.
If kip's more expensive, what are the benefits?
So kip is just a lower volume, so
Okay.
it's more of a scarcity thing.
Got it.
As far as price point. Steer, we eat a lot of beef in America.
So we have a ton of
a lot,
leather.
yeah, a lot of leather, a lot of hides that can go to Japan and get tan. So kip, just less volume.
Okay.
Kip's also somewhat of a premium feel to it. So kip is lighter.
Got it.
The fibers are tighter, so you have a higher tension. Kip usually starts harder, stiffer, but eventually can get softer than steer hide. But because it has the tight grain, it retains its pop.
So that means it's still durable.
It's still durable, yeah, for
Right.
sure. So it can last a long time. Steer hide starts maybe a little softer, but it retains its tension, its pop really well. Steer hide sometimes can get to a point of no return. So if you over oil, over condition, if you do things to the steer hide,
Set up the pocket in the wrong spot.
set up the pocket in the wrong spot. If you don't keep it the right way,
Got it.
if you keep it folded in half, it can also get damaged. But both are good, and it's more of a preference thing,
Sure.
really than
But-
performance.
But you want to get one of those two leathers.
For sure, one of those two. So you want kip or you want steer hide.
And it's really hard to find a nice glove with one of those two leathers for less than 200 bucks these days, right?
I think so, yeah. You're not going to find a lot of steer hide, US steer hide that's been tanned in Japan. I'm not even sure if there's anything under 200 bucks right now.
Yeah, just because of the way things are, right?
Just that's what it costs, right? To transport stuff across the ocean, get it stitched, and transport it back, right?
Totally. You talk about patterns too. What pattern am I looking for? If I like to play infield mostly,
Sure.
and I don't know, I play with my kids a lot and whatever. What pattern would you recommend, or what should I look for?
So with patterns, I'd say go to a manufacturer's website, or if there's information on a tag in a store,
Yeah.
find the pattern that closes the way you like to catch the ball. I mean, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you have experience playing baseball and you know that you like to close a glove, let's say, you know, with the thumb to the ring finger or in between, you like a deeper pocket or you like to close it that way, well, then you want a pattern that works with that. So like this is a Marucci pattern that's specifically designed to get a 2 in the pinky and close this way. If you like a more traditional setup, you can find a pattern that is going to close more traditionally. So traditional means we're closing with our thumb to our middle finger or thumb to our index finger, and we're wearing the glove with all 5 fingers in the 5 finger slots, right? So that's patterns. I would just find the one that
works
fits,
for you.
Yeah, how you want to wear it.
I know when I can tell a Matt Walden glove.
You can tell, right?
Yeah, because you always like wingtip this out. You like it always closes.
That's right. I like my gloves wide.
Yeah.
And then that they close like that.
Totally.
So that's just my deal because that fits for my hand.
Yeah.
You know, it's very hand specific. Every manufacturer makes really good patterns. They've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
One of the things I'd like to note that I've noticed before, you know, between a Wilson and a Rawlings patterns seem to be very specific to the way you're going to put your hand in there and the way you're going to close it. So really pay attention to the details. Like if you go into Rawlings Custom Builder, they have a lot of details on each pattern, how that closes and how it should be worn. With Wilson, what I like a lot about their patterns is this is a 1786 pattern.
I hear about that a lot, the 1786.
So a lot of their gloves came from an evolution of this pattern.
Sure.
Whether it's their fast pitch gloves or whether it's their youth gloves, a lot came from this pattern. But what I like about Wilson is their patterns are very flexible. So I can wear this 2 in the pinky or I can wear it traditional and I can make it close multiple different ways.
Either way, huh?
And it just depends how you break it into your hand. So Wilson's, I really like that about Wilson's.
Yeah.
So for $200 or like $230, you can find these around town. You can really get a good glove.
Good Wilson.
Yeah.
A2000, right?
Yeah.
What's that one?
So this is a Rawlings. This is a 200 pattern. This is a 205. It's a 11 3/4.
That's a heart of the hide. I see that a lot too. What is
Heart of the hide? So it's steer hide.
Okay.
And heart of the hide, you know, they're usually pretty good. I like heart of the hide. I like A2000.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, I'd pick the A2000. That's just me personally.
Sure.
Not to say that Rawlings aren't great gloves, but I think on their starter entry-level model, so if this is a retail price of $299,
Yeah.
and I can find this for around $230 if I research the internet,
Sure.
and this is $299 and I can find this for around $230 on the
You
internet,
gotta go there.
I'd pick this.
Got it.
I think that their stock gloves, just overall, the whole line,
Are usually a little better.
little better quality control and consistency in the steer leather. Okay? But
So, I see this glove though, and this looks sweet. Like the colors on this, and I mean, I want to.
so that's a
I want to
pro
go
preferred.
big. Like this is where I go. Right?
Pro preferred, it's kit, and you know that's retail price closer to $400.
Yeah.
That's something that you're paying for the quality, right?
Yeah.
Of course, you have the kit, which is
Welting, right?
Yeah, double welting on this pattern.
Kip leather.
Kip leather. You have a sheepskin liner, and you have the nice wool wrist. So you can put it on, and you can feel.
This is a really nice glove.
Yeah, super comfortable. And the thing with the Pro Preferreds is that you're not going to see a lot of Pro Preferreds, whether it's in the store or you buy it online, that have any defects in the leather. So they're really going through a higher level of quality control when they're selecting the leather and then when they're crafting the glove. So Pro Preferreds are really
But you said that one costs
$400.
$400.
This is a Rawlings, sort of a special edition. It's an off the shelf. So I think I paid $299 for this. But this is a step ahead of like a Rawlings, also $299, but you can find them for $230.
Got it.
This was a retailer that went and did a like custom order or special run.
So that's a custom, but you found it at a retailer.
At a retailer that did that, right? So you can find some of these online retailers that do that.
It's almost like sneakerheads. If you search for the type of glove, right, you can find really cool.
100%.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and there's some really cool places. Like I think Baseball Express is doing some really cool gloves.
Cool.
And so when you find those ones, like I think I would go the other way and say I'd like the Rawlings more than the Wilson.
Sure.
So it's just really hunting, and you gotta look and feel, touch and feel, and just you can feel the quality. If it feels quality and it's ticking the boxes of steer hide or kip, it's
Probably pretty good.
Yeah, a pretty good glove.
Last glove I want to talk about at least.
Sure.
Is this red one, because you showed this to me and I know a little bit about it, but tell me about this one, because I've never seen anything like this. But
So this is a Wilson.
Yeah.
And I think it started in 1914. It's a long time ago. Wilson had a range called Wilson Staff, and I believe it came from their golf line originally.
Okay.
So Wilson had this upper range called Wilson Staff.
It was just
legendary, like,
yeah.
you know, above what they sold to consumers.
It's like what reserve wineries have.
That's
like
right.
Only
yeah.
the winery
Pros
guys.
only, only for people in the industry. And so in Japan, they took this Wilson Staff heritage and have this line called Wilson Staff in Japan.
Nice.
And it's kind of above like the quality.
How can you tell? Is it
the staff sign, right? So it's got the shield with the staff, the Wilson Staff.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's got a teddy bear. I guess they made teddy bears at some point. And it says Wilson Staff also on the inside here.
Nice.
And these are just the ultimate quality. So what's cool about this is it's a 1787. So it's a US pattern, it's not a Japanese pattern. And it's kip leather, and it's just the best, one of the best quality gloves I've ever put on my hand. It feels really good,
nice.
and it closes like the US.
You got this in Japan.
I got that in Japan.
So you had to fly. So this is a $300,000 glove because you had to fly to Japan.
Technically, yes. If you include the airfare, yes.
Yeah.
It gets expensive.
This is a nice glove, though. This is cool.
And I think Wilson's even offering these limited. I don't know if they're always available, but I saw some on Wilson.com in the US at one point. You could buy some of the Wilson staffs. So
those things are a pretty penny, huh?
They're expensive, yeah, but honestly, they're worth it. Yeah. Just the feel, the quality.
If you're gonna play some ball, that's good glove.
Yeah, they're cool. They're really cool.
I mean, I think there's something too, like if you look good, you want to play good, or you play good too.
100%. Like, I mean,
I'm what you wear.
I'm of that, yeah.
I said last one last time, but I'm gonna say another one. So 44 brand too. I've been hearing a lot about these guys. You like 44, yeah?
I'm a huge fan of 44. So,
and these gloves you can get for like $200, right?
$200 custom. They only take 5 to 6 weeks from order. They do a lot of promotions. They really go after that price point glove.
Yeah.
You know, the leather, it's debatable if the quality's as good as a Wilson or a Rawlings, or it's a little bit more processed.
Sure.
But it's a steer hide leather. The build quality is great. So as far as like the stitching, the welting, the internal.
And they have a few different patterns, right?
They have a bunch of different patterns. The felt, the stitching, everything's really, you know, a good quality control on the factory.
Yeah.
And then the leather's pretty good. And you get a custom for like $200.
And you can get it all blue.
All blue. I went all camel, all blonde on this one. I thought it would be fun to just do like tonal, just one tone glove. But I really like the 44s. They break in pretty easy, and they're reasonably durable, and they're pretty light. So overall, I like the 44s. If you want to try a custom glove and you don't want to wait as long for, you know, a Wilson or a Rawlings, these are a really good option just to try, and you know, especially for youth players.
For sure.
They're just super cool. So yeah, I'm a big 44 fan.
So my next glove,
yeah,
I'm gonna spend at least $200.
Yeah.
I should go to the store and find a pattern, or find a few patterns that I like.
100%.
Right? And then from there I can just kind of go online and go crazy and find the perfect glove for me.
I think so, yeah. I mean, the more knowledge. Yeah, that's it.
Is that what you would do?
I'd go to like a Wilson. So first I'd figure out like which brand do I like.
Yeah.
My Rawlings guy, my Wilson guy, Am I a 44 guy?
I see brands too popping up that are like cool Japanese brands and things like that are coming around too. Do you like any of those or?
So yes, I mean on my like personal gloves that I want to use for just for myself, like kind of to show off in a way. I like the Japanese gloves.
Yeah.
But these are handmade.
So they're like pretty nice.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive, and you know, the function's great, the leather's great. Like this is one of super loud glove.
Yeah.
It's like a little mini, it's an 11.25, and it's super light. Even though it's really stiff, it just has that really feel of like being able to move with the ball, and
I feel like you have a wand, wizard's wand.
You really do. I mean, I like this one. I like it because you can kind of close it this way or this way, depending on how the ball's coming in and where you're going with it.
Yeah.
But you know, back to if I was picking a glove, I figure out which brand I like.
Yep. And
then I'd look at their custom builder or go to their website. Inside of the custom builders, there's usually like more information on each pattern. Now, Rawlings has a million patterns.
Totally.
Wilson has quite a few patterns as well. I'd like see, okay, I think this size, this pattern works for me. And then I'd go hunt online and see like which online retailer has a good deal on the pattern and the color and the type of leather that I want to get. And then I just go hunt it down that way. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So
yeah.
Thanks for all this info. I hope everyone enjoyed everything we talked about. And if you have any questions, add them to the comments and let us know.
Yeah, let us know.